welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, that's Nick, and we're ready to break down some games for tonight. We'll get right started here with Baltimore and Boston. Plus 145 for the Orioles, minus 165 for the Red Sox. A total of 10 in this one. Tyler Wells against Rich Hill. Wells 1-4 with a 4.3 ERA on the season. In his last 3 games, 2 losses, 1 no decision. He went between 4 to 5 innings, gave up 8 hits, 5 hits, 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 earned runs, a couple walks. So he's not really walking anybody, but he is giving us some hits and some earned runs in this spot. And he's facing a hot Boston team whose offense has exploded as of late. So I took Boston team total over 5.5, which I was able to find at plus 100. Boston at home, scoring runs right now. So I took them. And then I also have Boston money line in a couple parlays. Nick, Orioles, Red Sox. What do you think here?
Yeah, I like the Red Sox to score some runs today. We have where was it? I'm trying to find Tyler Wells, who has been average considering he's an Orioles pitcher. He has FIP and Sierras in about the 2.2, 2.3 range. And he does walk a decent amount of – oh, no, he doesn't walk. I'm looking one row down there. I think we do see runs in this game. We're also seeing, I believe, wind blowing out in this game, which is going to play really nice into an over in this one here. 8-mile-an-hour wind blowing out. It's also Rich Hill and Tyler Wells. So I'd be careful with the Red Sox money line or anything like that. I went the Red Sox team total over and the full game over. I think that we get at least 6 runs from the Red Sox again with Tyler Wells here, but I can also see this being one of those games where like the Orioles win 12-8, like the first game of the series, something along those lines. So maybe if you like Boston, first 5 could be an interesting look as well. We have seen Boston blow leads late in games plenty of times this season. So I like the Red Sox just to give me runs and the full game over as well. And even though it's a 10, it's a high number. I think that's there. We're going to start seeing a lot more overs.
All right, I like it. We'll move on along to the next game here. Tampa Bay, minus 145 in Texas facing the Rangers, plus 125, a total of 8 in this one. There's a better team in this spot. Obviously, the 28-19 Tampa Bay Rays against the 22-24 Rangers. Tampa is clearly the better team. Rasmussen is the better pitcher. Yet the line's only minus 145, probably because Tampa's on the road, but that doesn't scare me here. Rasmussen has been great. In his last 7 games, he's 5-0 with a 2.08 ERA. He's won his last 2 games against Miami, Detroit. Both his last 3 games all were at home. But I'm not afraid of him on the road here. Glenn Otto for the Rangers. His last 2 games haven't been too bad against the Angels and Houston, giving up only 3 runs, but 10 hits in those 2 games, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts. The game before against Boston, he got absolutely smashed, 8 hits, 8 earned runs in 4 innings, 4 walks and 4 strikeouts there. I don't think he gets absolutely smashed here, but I do think Tampa Bay is leading at halftime at the first 5 innings. So I took a Tampa Bay first 5 minus a half. After line shopping, I was able to find that for plus 110. So that's great odds for a team that I like to be leading at halftime. And at first 5. I don't know. I'm thinking about football for some reason. Sorry, guys. But I'll also be adding on Tampa Bay run line. I like them a lot in this spot. Nick, Rays and Rangers. What do you think here?
You're looking at them for the first half. I was more looking at them for the first period. I don't know. We do have the side as a best bet in this one, but looking at these two teams, they're as bad as the Rangers have been this year. They're only 3.5 games out of a wild card spot, which is kind of interesting behind the Angels. So this team is still kind of sneaky. But when we look at this game, I would lean towards an over in this one. I think we could see some runs in this game. This is in Texas, so I believe this is still, it's a domed stadium. Sometimes they have the roof open, so I believe they're a team that either they can have the roof open or closed. So maybe take a look at what that situation is, but I think that we could see runs in this game. And I think 8's a little bit of a low total here. Like I said last game, as the temperatures go up, look for the runs to go up as well. So I lean over in this one.
All right. We'll move on along here to the next one. Atlanta minus 120 is in Arizona. Plus 100, total of 8.5 in this one. It's Zach Gallen on the mound for Arizona. The Diamondbacks have lost 4 in a row. As they seem to be a streaky team where they kind of start winning and then they lose. Gallen is coming off his worst start of the season. At home against Kansas City, he went 5.1 innings, 7 hits, 6 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. But other than that, he's been pretty much flawless. Now, his next start after, he's going to face Atlanta. I like him to rebound in this spot, and I like Arizona first 5 money line, which I also got at plus 110. I will take the Diamondbacks to be winning, hopefully winning, but if not, a tie at the first 5 innings. I want to take them full game because it's the Diamondbacks bullpen. Zach Gallen is my reason for betting the Diamondbacks in this spot. If he wasn't on the mound, then I would not be betting the Diamondbacks. So it's all a Zach Gallen thing. Coming off a rough start, but I think he rebounds here in this one. Nick, Braves and Diamondbacks. What do you think here?
Yeah, I agree with that. The assessment on the bullpens there. You only take Arizona if you like them in the first 5 innings. They have the worst bullpen Sierra in the MLB at the moment. Spencer Strider is going to be on the mound for the Atlanta Braves. He's been decent so far this year, but he doesn't go too far into games. He only goes 3-4 innings. So I think we're going to see bullpen for Atlanta a decent amount this game, which is fine. They have a bullpen Sierra sub-3, so they have a decent bullpen. I actually like Strider a little bit here, and of course I really like Zach Gallen. I think we see a lower scoring game in this one here. I like a lot of overs today. This is not one of them. I took a first 5 under 4.5 in this one, thinking that we get a decent pitcher's duel between Gallen and between Strider for the first 3 innings, maybe 4, and then an extra pitcher there. So we know that Arizona struggles to hit a little bit as well. So I like the first 5 under 4.5 here. I got that at minus 125. Hello.
Sam likes a no run first inning.
I like that. I like Nerfies when I have the first 5 under, so that works.
All right. And that's basically the 3 games I chose for tonight. We'll go to last pitch. Obviously, a lot of day games today. It is unfortunately what it is. But we'll go here to last pitch. And I will tell you guys what I'm on here. Some games are in play. The one that just started, San Francisco, I am on their money line, minus 112. The other games are deep into the game, so I won't go over those. And that's it for baseball, actually. San Francisco money line, and then the other 3 games we went over. So a small card for me here, but I do have a play in the hockey game. Nick, anything else in baseball you want to go over?
Yeah, well, I have a decent-sized card for today. I got this game starting in a couple minutes here in Colorado with Pablo Lopez and Ryan Feltner. I like the first 5 under 5.5 in Colorado. Kind of a little bit of contrarian look there. Kansas City, Cleveland over the 9. I also like team total over 4.5 for Kansas City, or for Cleveland, my bad. Mets team total over 4.5 and full game over 8.5 with Fedde versus forgot the other pitcher now. Fedde versus Oh, David Peterson. Yeah. Fetty versus Peterson. I like the full game over as well in that one. Dodgers team total over 5 and the full game over 8 there. And then I also like the Oakland Athletics a lot today. Team total over 2.5 and the first 5 money line at plus 135. I also made a couple bets for. I know this is not for the next for a couple days from now, but I did make these series bets as well. I like the Boston Celtics to win the NBA Finals. I also took Jaylen Brown at 10-1 and Marcus Smart at 30-1 to win the MVP. Quarter unit plays on the MVPs.
Interesting. No Tatum.
Nope. There was no value on Tatum in my eyes.
That's true. That's true. Interesting. I did not go over my parlays, which I totally forgot, so I will do that now. Same game parlay, San Francisco to win, team total over 2.5, and Jock Peterson to get a hit, which I got for plus 140.
They let you correlate parlays like that with team total overs and a team to win?
Yes. Huh. DraftKings is great for that. But actually, no. I did that at DraftKings, yes. Another one that I did is San Francisco to win, Webb to get over 4.5 strikeouts, and Peterson over 1.5 bases, which is a boosted bet for plus 500. Boston to win, Miami to win, and the Dodgers to win, another boosted bet at plus 280. And then that is it. The other ones have already started, so I won't give those out, but that's what I like here. And then I will say here, Bryant's best bet is San Francisco money line, which currently just started. So I thought I'd give that out in case anybody wants to bet that now.
And if you like San Fran, wait for wait for them to not score in the top of the first. I've been looking at this a little bit. If you look at live lines in baseball, if you like a road team, hope they don't score in the first inning, and you can probably get 20 cents, 25 cents better. Live line. I've noticed that.
Byron Buxton at base, guy on base, Twins down by 2. Live bet going on. No, hey, live bets have been good to me lately. But
I live bet the Blue Jays yesterday at plus 260, and then heading into the bottom of the 9th inning, I bet the Mets at plus 340.
I agree with Sam here. I think the Warriors 1-5, but hey, we'll see what happens.
I think defensively, Boston can show up in this series.
All right, we'll see. I don't really know basketball that well. It seems Golden State.
Me neither, but just watching the games or watching these teams the last few games.
But a sport I do know, the Rangers plus 130 are in Carolina minus 150, total 5.5. I asked this morning. We got 50 votes in this one, which isn't too bad. Everyone's best bet for tonight in this matchup. 42% say to take Carolina in regulation. 24% say take Rangers money line. 22% says take the under 5.5. And then 12% think it'll go over and say take the over 5.5. As you can see by that check mark, I chose the Rangers money line. I've been on the Rangers a lot of the time throughout the series. They've cashed for me. They haven't cashed for me in Carolina, and neither did Boston. Carolina undefeated at home, haven't won on the road, so a huge home road split. They've gone back and forth every game in the playoffs so far. But I'm going to back that it stops. I'm going to back here the Rangers plus 130 to get the upset win. I'm cheering for them. But if the Rangers do not win, then I'll get a better price on Tampa Bay to win the Cup tomorrow. Because I'm pretty sure that if the Rangers win, Tampa Bay's odds will decrease because they have an easier opponent. And then if Carolina wins, I think the odds will get a little bit better for Tampa Bay to win the Cup. And that's giving out my series plays while we're here. I am betting Tampa Bay to win the Cup and Edmonton Oilers to win the Cup. I'll be betting both of those. And I will also have McDavid to win the Conn Smythe and probably add Vasilevsky. I'll have to see. I'll have to see what Kucherov's numbers are. I'll have to see. I'll have to see if anybody else could win it. But I think if Edmonton wins the cup, I think it's pretty clear. Melissa was joking in the group chat, Mike Smith, but obviously she was joking. No,
Not too bad. I'll give him that. He's not McDavid. Don't
no.
get me wrong. He's not coming close to unless McDavid gets hurt. There's no way McDavid doesn't win it if the Edmonton Oilers win.
Thanks, Richie. Yeah, if Oilers win, where's the Canes -1.5 option? It only gives you 4 options in a poll, and if I do Carolina -1.5, it could skew the results because some people might be like, oh, what if some people don't want to take them by 2? That was my thought. Is I can't put Carolina money line, which I could have. It's -150, but I thought I'd do Carolina regulation to kind of even it out. But yeah, so I like the Rangers to upset here, and I'll also be betting Zibanejad to score, which I think he's done in 4 straight games. So I'll have that as well. Nick, Rangers and Hurricanes. What do you think here?
Yeah, when you look at the numbers for this series, the Hurricanes have been the better team in 4 out of the 6. Game 3 and Game 4 in New York, they were not the better team. The Rangers were the better teams in those games. But when you look at the numbers, Carolina has been actually the much better team in this series. Last game, if you took away last game, if you take away the 2 cookies that Ranta gave the Rangers to start the game, because those first 2 goals he should have stopped. Those were absolute cupcakes. Other than that, Carolina was getting great chances in front of the net, and they had the overall better chances. And I think if you ran that game back 100 times, Carolina closes out that series in Game 6 probably 65 to 70% of the time. And I think there's that one path to victory for the New York Rangers tonight, and that's Igor stands on his head. Because in Carolina, they're going to have the last line change. And one thing we've also noticed in a series where puck possession is so key, the faceoff circle has been dominated by Carolina. It feels like New York can't win a faceoff worth for anything, any of them. So, plus I love that they will have the option, or the Hurricanes will have the ability to have the Jordan Staal line up against the Zibanejad line to be able to slow them down tonight. So maybe if you're looking at the Rangers, maybe look at a line, or maybe look at props from Lafreniere, Kakko, and Seidel, or maybe Hedel. Or maybe look at a third line or something like that, or maybe a Ryan Strome or something along those lines. Because I think that that line with Zibanejad is going to get clamped down by the Staal line defensively, and we'll see a Carolina win in this one here. I got the Carolina puck line. I still think they're the better overall team, and I'm hoping Carolina wins this one, because then I'll be guaranteed a plus 550 cash for the next round, because I have both Tampa Bay and Carolina to win the East and to win the Cup. So this is, if Carolina wins here, the Eastern Conference went absolutely perfect for me. Like, that was, the Eastern Conference was absolutely awesome for me. Western Conference, not as much. But I like the Hurricanes to get the job done here at home. They haven't lost at home yet. This is a much different team at home, and they've been the better team overall this series. So I think Carolina comes out. They win the face-off possessions. They control the puck this game, and they win a game like 3-1.
All right. Jason says, what line number are you thinking for Tampa Bay, Carolina Rangers?
That's going to be interesting, actually, because when we look at it, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a -115, -105 towards maybe Tampa Bay against Carolina, and it would probably be -160, -165 for Tampa Bay versus New York. Regardless of who wins tonight, Game 7, I'm going to take them Game 1 against Tampa.
Well, Tampa would have home ice, wouldn't they, or no?
No, Carolina has home ice, and I don't know who would have home ice between New York and Tampa, because both of them finished with 110 this year. Maybe New York, because they're the number 2 seed in the Metro compared to the number 3 seed in the Atlantic for Tampa. So I think, regardless, the winner of this game tonight hosts Game 1 against Tampa.
All right. There was one more thing I was going to say on this. Oh, yeah. Nick made some great points on why Carolina can win this game, and it can definitely happen. I think the reason, and I know I'm gonna This isn't a news alert, obviously, but I think goaltending will be the reason why the Rangers will go on. Ronta looked
Yeah, they
really
do have to.
shaky
Yeah,
in
they
the
do have
last
that.
game. Got pulled after 3 goals. If he's going to have to rebound here, which he's played really well at home, so we'll have to see if that happens. But I think goaltending will push the Rangers on, and I think the Tampa Bay will probably beat the Rangers in 5 or 6.
Yeah,
but that's my thoughts. So we want Carolina if we want Tampa Bay. Yes, that's why I'm not. If my Rangers bet loses tonight, I'm not going to be devastated because it'll just make the odds for Tampa Bay to win the cup better for me tomorrow. So I'll deal with whatever happens. But that is it. We will go to the best bets segment here. And we'll start with dog of the day, as we always do. No big surprise. I'm taking the New York Rangers as my dog of the day. Nick and Tim both took the Oakland Athletics. For over or under, nothing for me here. In this one, I like some team totals, but no full game or first fives for me today. Nick took Arizona, Atlanta first 5 under 4.5. Tim took New York Mets, Washington over 8.5. So did Bryant. And then Sam took Rangers, Carolina under 5.5. Best bets, best parlay pieces. I'm taking Tampa Bay Rays first 5 minus a half at plus 110 as my best bet. Dodgers money line is my parlay piece. Nick is taking the Carolina Hurricanes minus 1.5 plus 175 as his best bet. Dodgers money line is his parlay piece. Tim taking the Oakland Athletics minus 1.5 at plus 295 as his best bet. Boston Red Sox money line as his parlay piece. Bryant's taking the Giants money line, as I said earlier, as his best bet. Houston Astros plus 1 first 5 as his parlay piece. Sam is taking Carolina Hurricanes minus 1 as his best bet. And then Carolina double chance draw, Carolina double chance or Carolina plus 1.5 in regulation, whatever your book says, as parlay piece. That is the show. Best luck to everybody tonight. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. We appreciate all the support. And we'll be back again tomorrow for another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Edmonton, Colorado tomorrow. That's going to be a really great game as well. So we will be breaking that down, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.